Thank you, though. I hate
Yes, that's right.
Real
Gotta
quickly,
kick
if you
up
bring in,
I don't know. I'll never forget. I'll hate it when I see it.
You go out of bag, you know.
Well, no, you can't tell anybody who's on the map.
And she said that the cell phone was
That's what it looked. Yeah, purple floor. A dog. You said purple floor.
Save us,
Black t-shirt underneath. I dropped off the makeup in the tornado last night.
Did you
They
get
were
a
so
program?
sweet.
Anybody not get a program?
I'll take another one because it's a cute picture.
I'm gonna give you a bunch when you leave.
Thank you. So in the tornado, I went.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the service. We have about 7 or 8 devices that are signed on currently. It might be more in a little bit, and that's usually times 2 or 3. There's 9 currently. So thank everybody that's joining us virtually, and thank you to everybody that's here. My name is Lloyd Mandel. My wife Sherry Mandel is with us, and I guess when my memory's not what it used to be, when June's second husband passed away, that being Herbert Friedman, I guess I officiated. My cousin Larry used to do that. I didn't typically do that too often, so I'm here for you though. However, there's a cantor that's part of the family, David Berger from KAM Isaiah Israel, and Cantor Berger will be co-officiating, so to speak. And I think typically what we do is we would start with the 23rd Psalm. So Cantor Berger, if you would like to come up at this time.
I'm so honored to help memorializing June. Shining presence in our family. One of the biggest personalities in the family. Someone who always is a ray of positivity in a world that is always complicated. 23rd Psalm. כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. אדוני read the words together in English on the inside of your pamphlet. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Thank you.
Are any of the family members going to want to get up and say anything? No? Son-in-law Alan Ciccella.
Mom was a wonderful person, as I'm sure you already knew that. When I first met her, it was at Milton College. When she and her fox came to visit Barb, she did not know that, but she was meeting her future son-in-law. She had many names. She had many names that she used for me. Son was one of the best. No, I get through it. Son was one of the best ones I will always remember. Over the last year, Angel was another that she often referred to. I tried to tell her I was no Angel. Mom was helpful throughout Barb's and my life. She and her fox would meet me in Rockford at the Clock Tower Inn, if that's okay, to drop Barb off when we were dating. She and Mimi came to Rockford to sign papers to help our marriage be recognized by the Catholic Church. She had arranged for a rabbi to officiate our wedding. She was there for each of our home purchases and to always help when we would get into trouble. If she couldn't solve the problem, she would bring one of the two herbs in to help. Religion was never a big thing with her, but she accepted me in the way I am. She even attended some of my masses. She and Herb Freeman were there when I lost my parents and brother. When she decided to move to Elgin, it was with regret to leave behind the house she had known, but come to find happiness that we could be near one another. Barb and she would spend a great deal of time together when she was able to still get around and even when she was bedridden. On weekends, I would be the one who would make her eggs and pancakes for breakfast. She would do dinner, we would do dinner together, watch TVs, and Saturday Night Live. When she was confined to bed, she would tell me that she was ready to go. I always offered to smother her with a pillow, but she would say, no, I prefer a gun. No, it's okay. We are going to miss all these good times, but we'll always have the wonderful memories. Mom, tell everybody up there that we miss them. And to
party with you until we can all be together again. We'll
miss you, Mom. And I just want to say also that with this pandemic, I know we can't all get together for dinner, but when the time comes and we can finally be together and have a dinner, we will do something for June and be able to get all together. Thank you.
Ellison?
I have nothing written, but I just want to say goodbye to my mom, who I love more than life itself. She was my life, my happiness, my best friend. My mom had stuck with me through thick and thin. And she would always, unconditional love, she would always be there for me. Bye, little June, I love you. Sorry, I wanted to thank everybody for coming to say goodbye to my mom. That means the world to all of you guys. And I thank you for my mom and myself.
One of the people who I'm sure is watching sent this. It's a niece named Jody. What's Jody's last name?
Jody Sherman.
Jody Sherman, which was your mom's maiden name.
Right.
Children have eyes which seek beauty in this world, drawn to color, movement, and the rich textures of this earth. I remember your skin, somehow always olive and smooth, hair deep and lustrous, hands, elegant hands with long, brightly painted nails, hands which danced in the air when recounting a story, whether it was a stray deer in your yard or an encounter with a store clerk at Dominic's. Hands which formed images, breathing life onto a canvas of pure air. I remember your joy on your special St. Pat's Day, birthday, when Dad would bring you something green and sweet, I think maybe tinted German chocolate cake. Maybe something else, but definitely green and delicious. I remember loving having lunch at your house in Morton Grove. Something on a plate, didn't matter what, but oh, that Hawaiian punch. Little printed juice glasses which began life as Welch's jelly jars, now filled with the most delicious nectar on earth. I will remember you when I notice my own hands carving images while speaking. I will remember you so sweetly with an occasional indulgence of Hawaiian punch. Thank you, dear Aunt June, for those deeply textured memories. I will always remember you with love. And coincidentally, when I was doing the program last night and trying to decide which verses, let me hold this in front. On page 3, which we're going to hold in front of the camera, it's "We will remember June," very much like Jody just said. At the rising of the sun and its going down, we will remember June. At the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter, we will remember June. At the rustling of the leaves and the beauty of the autumn, we will remember June. At the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring, we will remember June. At the blueness of the skies and with the warmth of summer, we will remember June. When we are weary and in need of strength, we will remember June. When we are lost and sick at heart, we will remember June. When we have joy we crave to share, we will remember June. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we will remember June. When we have achievements that are based on hers, we will remember June. When we have achievements that are based on hers, we will remember June. In all seasons, in all emotions, for all reasons, we will remember June. As long as we live, June Fox too will live, for you are a part of all who have known you as we remember June. Very similar to, as I'm reading the thing from Jody, I'm saying to myself, this is perfect. This is just what I put in a little more detail. I'm also going to recite a verse. I might have recited this if you are in fact correct, which I'm sure you are, that I officiated Herb Friedman's. This was a verse that a rabbi that I loved and cared for very much, who I met when I was in the funeral business, named Pavel Slavensky, used to recite. And he would say to everyone that was gathered for the funeral, do you understand what a privilege it is today to be standing here in front of a nice casket in a nice beautiful day like today, to be able to say some nice words about this woman who she was 91? 93. My math isn't, my son's the math professor, I'm not. So he would then say, I didn't have this privilege. My family was taken in World War II, and I don't even know where they're at. So I think it makes you realize that you're all privileged. You've had a wonderful life with a woman that loved and cared for you, and just from the smile on her face on this, she was a happy-go-lucky person. Took some knocks along the way, but made lemonade out of lemons. So Pavel would then say this verse, I hope I have it memorized correctly. Shed not too many tears when I shall leave, especially you with whom I have smiled. I would not have you sorrowful nor sad, but joyfully recall the glorious companionship we've had, and thank God for it all. Say that not that I have died, that this is death. Say that I enjoyed each mortal breath. My life was a challenge in living. My life was blessed in giving. Life to me was a challenge, but I was happy so to live. My life's work was well done. My life's road was well run, and my life's crown was well won. But now I need to rest. Rest in everlasting peace, June Fox, and may the Lord our God watch over your soul forever and ever. Amen. Cantor, if you would like to proceed with the concluding prayers. Yes, you want to say one more thing, Allison?
Yes, for my cousin.
Yes. Go ahead.
This is from my mom's nephew, my cousin Scott Sherman. Scott says, Aunt June was a very special lady, so full of life and always so nice to me. Her stories were fantastic, and she would always be interested in mine as well. Also, we all loved to eat, but she ate very slowly and enjoyed every bite. Rest in peace to my wonderful Aunt June. Love, Scott. And thank you, Scott.
Say this coming Shabbat in the Torah, we're going to read the portion called Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah. And though it says the life of Sarah, it starts with her death. And Sarah, it turns out, is actually the first Jewish person to die. And so much of what we think of today as the ways that we bury and take care of our dead comes from that first story of the first member of our family, our first matriarch all the way back. And the message that it could have said, instead of the Torah portion starting the life of Sarah, it could have just said, and Sarah died. It would have been an easier thing, honestly, than to say the life of Sarah was this many years. It could have said Sarah died at this age, but it didn't. It talked about how she lived every day of her life, how she was a person committed to life, and even in her death, even in her passing, where people marked a life. There are so many amazing moments. I think of June at every holiday growing up, always at the table. We were just saying before, the rule in my family, even to this day, when we have a party at my house and we bring out the cake, and I refuse to touch the knife. And I say, Aunt June cuts the cake. Even if she's not there, she still has to cut the cake because I won't do it because it's Aunt June's job. We say goodbye to a wonderful, righteous woman who lived a Torah of joy and shared it with all of us. I'll ask you to please rise. תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים ותיירים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת יוני בת ולבו שהלכה עליון עלמון בגן עדן די מנוחתו נענה בעל הרחמים הסתירה בסתר כנפך לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה אדוני הוא נחלתה ותנוח בשלום בשלום על משכבה ונאמר Amen. We read together on the back booklet. May the source of life, the fountain of all being, open our hearts to compassion and our eyes to wisdom, that we might glimpse in perfect peace and sadness the way of all things. God is our source and our destination, our beginning and our end. May the memory of June Fox, daughter of William and Anne Sherman, be for us a blessing. May we never let the light of her love grow dim in our hearts. May we remember all her worthy and righteous deeds. May the bond of love we shared with our beloved June be not severed in sorrow. May she rest in peace. Let us say, Amen.
tradition of tearing a ribbon or your garment, is it something you'd want to do for that? You don't want to? There's a tradition of tearing a garment or a ribbon, and we'd say a prayer your sister chose not to do it. Is that something you'd want? So you have to wear a ribbon for the next week and so forth. Just give me, you want to give me the left side of your garment. Let me just get it. Can you tell Sherry who I Yes, we're good.
I just thank you guys. Thank you guys, and my mom. I always you made a little bit to come around because it's dangerous. I drove through a tornado to get away.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the cover is placed on the vault, you'll have an opportunity to put some earth in the grave. However, you need to be wearing gloves when you do this. So I do have gloves if any of you feel you're going to want to do this. Laura, what about if they already are wearing like
That's fine.
cloth gloves?
Yeah, if they have their own gloves, that's fine.
Yeah, if you're wearing cloth gloves or leather, then you can use those. We also have hand sanitizer if anybody wants some. Afterwards, we have it right here. This is the Catherine Rabbi. That's right. No, they're from Russian Zedek, which is the bakery.
They were really, she was not spot on.
I was when I was a kid, and I kept walking out the door because she loved it. She thought she was flying or something. We still have to get all that out.
Yeah, no.
I
didn't. Actually, I had no idea when I was going to stay up there. I don't know. Is it? Short to the point. No, I can't say anything. They take everything. Coach Jack on the
This is next to her first husband. I just put a spray
This is my Aunt Berta, my mom's brother's wife, her sister. Oh, you met her?
I wish I could take credit for the letter. And last night I was literally.
This is my dad.
I put a seat out the window and I thought the roof was right over my mouth.
I don't know how you get to it, but she's always been around. Yeah, somebody should.
And Allison was going to take my name.
About you.
We had a nice relationship.
Yeah, last night she left the front of me.
necessarily absolutely, no question about it. There wasn't a party that necessarily came to Knoxville.
Remind me where you live.
They were still gonna do this now.
Oh, where were you were in Martin Grove. So she was coming from Belgium. That's really nice.
Me too.
She's out of business.
She's young.
The one in Deerfield's out of business. I lived right across the railroad tracks from that.
I mean, why would you?
I love their banana cake.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying.
You know, you still occasionally can find the banana cake, but the frosting's white now instead of yellow. I'm like, oh, you've never had the banana cake?
I'm sorry. It's beautiful here. So up to here, then it's still a lot of work to do. So I don't know.
You want some water? Anybody like You should have seen it, well, I don't like going to my birthday with what's going on.
Cousin Sarah? Used to call her at the say, oh, Cousin Sarah made dessert
You can come up now and put some earth in the grave.
I know, that's her color. It's really bad over here.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it. I don't think I'm going to.
Just be very careful, please. It's very uneven, unless you want to go that way, come around.
Right, that's the best
Come
way.
this way.
Laura, give a minute.
I don't want to walk in front of the Zoom traffic. I don't want to walk in front of the Zoom.
Oh, well, that's grandma. I still know how to make those, but none of my family likes them. Oh, did you really? This year, and I saw your house, Lancey's house, and I went by our old house, and it was fun. A trip down memory lane. Yeah. Yeah, your house still looks good. It doesn't look any different. It really doesn't. Thank you. Please remember me to Dora, will you? And boy, I can't get over that he's 8 years old. Oh. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You did a great job.
I do thank you. I didn't think you'd be doing it.
All the good stuff. A lot of good stuff with her. You had a lifetime of memories. I'll talk to you later on. You'll be here a couple more days.
Oh, you know, I'll text me.
Anybody else care to participate?
Allison? Allison, service isn't over yet. Oh, okay.
You're like me. You're like me.
No, the rabbit.
Remember, you Erna, remember when your foot had been cold? When I called you up? I know. And you were in cold? Whose bridal shower was it? Jody?
Hey everyone, we have one last piece to say together.
Please come back for just a moment.
This act of helping to bury June in our tradition is called the most beautiful kind of chesed, of graceful loving kindness, because it's something that you could never, it's a favor you can do for someone that obviously you can never expect them to pay you back for that, to come and help in these last moments of June's physical presence here.
Thanks, Ellen.
Having shown her such grace, we thank God for all the beauty that was her life. We'll say together the words of mourners, Kaddish. You have an English reading on the back, so we'll first recite it in the Hebrew, and then we'll come back and read this English together. If you can say it with me, please do. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon V'yom Echon, V'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'zman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mevarach Le'alam, L'amei Maya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitaseh, V'yithadar, V'yit'aleh, V'yithalal, Shemech Tekudshach, Brichu, La'ela, Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechmata, Ta'amiran V'alma V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shmaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imramav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. We read together. Exalted and hallowed be God's greatness in this world of your creation. May your will be fulfilled and your sovereignty revealed in the days of our lifetime. And let us say Amen. May you be blessed forever, praised and honored, extolled and glorified, adored and exalted above all else. You are blessed beyond all blessings and hymns, praises and adorations that may be uttered in this world. We say to June, El Mikomaya Tashu B'Shalom. To her place may she return in peace. May God protect her under the shadow of God's wings. May her memory, the memory of her righteousness and her love, be a blessing for all of us for all eternity. Which we can all say, Amen.
Before we conclude, I just want to read basically the obituary for June. June P. Fox Nee Sherman, beloved wife of the late Herbert Fox and the late Herbert Friedman, both of whom are here at Memorial Park Cemetery. Loving mother of Barbara and Alan Sicella and Allison Fox Campbell. Sister of the late Donald Sherman. And you mentioned an aunt. Is she like a sister-in-law?
Right here.
Myrna's last name? Myrna Sherman was your dad's sister. Was Mom's brother's wife. Excuse me. I get it now. Anyways, thank you everybody that came. We've had 9 people, 9 devices that were signed in. That's probably times 2 or 2.5. So there's about 30, 40 people that were with us today. Maybe someday when COVID's gone, you can all reunite. So God bless all of you. Thank you everybody for coming, and please be safe.
Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. You did a great job.
Thank you. Sherry, is it still on? Do you want to? Here's one more thing we're going to do. If you just want to thank everybody, let me just turn it around. And then, Allison, I'll bring it to you as well. If you just want to thank the people that are here, do you see the little number on top? It's showing right now that there's 8 people still with us.
We just want to thank everybody who's tuned in, and we want to all get together when this pandemic is over.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Oh, I would just like to thank everybody very much for being here for my mom and having my mom in your life. And we'll all miss her. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more thing. The family wants to pay special thanks to the caretaker, Ari, who watched over their mother at times when they couldn't. I understand she's been wonderful, and when you have a caretaker that comes to the cemetery for the funeral, it's certainly worth noting that this person was with us today. I know you loved her,
She loved her.
and I'm sure the family is very grateful to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lloyd.
You're welcome.